Because both Fat Joe and Papoose gave descriptive interviews detailing what took place that night, but they both have very different stories on exactly what happened.
But that's like everybody. It's always three sides to the story. Your side, their side, and then the truth. So we ain't gonna never know unless everybody in the same room. And then once the story really unfold, you gonna figure out the truth. But everybody gotta be there.
So because their stories are so different, obviously somebody is lying and somebody is telling the truth.
Hmm.
But nobody else who was there that night had came forward besides these two for the last decade or so. Well, that's until the cat.
So wait, but why is Cassidy bringing it out now? Like this from 2007. This is a fucking minute ago. Like why is he bringing it out just now? Like I don't know. Do they really got some shit going on again? I'm about to see.
Cassidy interview this week detailing what exactly happened. From Papoose perspective, Fat Joe walked in causing ruckus and he two-piece Fat Joe. But from Fat Joe's perspective, of course, it's from Fat Joe's.
Like, can y'all see Fat Joe walking there and then Papoose just hitting boop boop? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. But I can't put nothing past nobody. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Benji, and welcome to Benji Lamar Reactions, where every day it's a new video and a new vibe. And today we got another one from Flacco, and this time it's about Fat Joe being exposed by Cassidy, the Philly rapper. So we're gonna get right into it. This is our first time watching together, so we're gonna react together.
Cassidy is finally giving us answers to one of hip hop's biggest mystery, which is what exactly happened in that hotel room when Fat Joe and Papoose had an all-out brawl in 2007. So back in 2007, Fat Joe and Papoose ended up in the same hotel room as Cassidy while they were beefing, and they really wasn't beefing, to be honest. Fat Joe had an issue with Remy Ma at the time. Their beef was really intense. She was dissing Fat Joe on the radio.
But I thought around that time, Remy Ma and Fat Joe was like buddy buddy. I don't know. I'm kind of confused. I don't know. We about to see though, because I thought they was always like this. Like that's how they made it seem.
Often. Fat Joe also had a beef with 50 Cent at the time. Their beef was pretty intense as well. Remy Ma was dating Papoose and was kind of also signed to Papoose a little bit at that time. And then Papoose was also 50 Cent right hand man's. So Fat Joe, I
It's just a
think at
lot
that
going
time
on.
just had an issue with Papoose because Papoose was associated with too many people he didn't like. This was before social media per se, but everything played out in the public because both Fat Joe and Papoose gave descriptive interviews detailing what took place that night, but they both have very different stories on exactly what happened.
But that's like everybody. It's always three sides to the story. Your side, their side, and then the truth. So we ain't gonna never know unless everybody in the same room. And then once the story really unfold, you gonna figure out the truth. But everybody gotta be there.
So because their stories are so different, obviously somebody is lying and somebody is telling the truth.
Hmm.
But nobody else who was there that night had came forward besides these two for the last decade or so. Well, that's until the cat.
So wait, but why is Cassidy bringing it out now? Like this from 2007. This is a fucking minute ago. Like why is he bringing it out just now? Like I don't know. Do they really got some shit going on again? I'm about to see.
Cassidy interview this week detailing what exactly happened. From Papoose perspective, Fat Joe walked in causing ruckus and he two-piece Fat Joe. But from Fat Joe's perspective, of course, it's from Fat Joe's.
Like, can y'all see Fat Joe walking there and then Papoose just hitting boop boop? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. But I can't put nothing past nobody.
Perspective, he had Papoose crying, shivering in fear, hiding behind tables. He sent a couple of Papoose friends to the hospital in critical condition.
But when you claim shit like that, it's always paperwork and evidence from that time to say you sent somebody to the hospital. So that shit like that is easy to prove. So you can't just speak on shit because paperwork is always around.
Fat Joe really sold this story, bruh.
You know what I mean? People already know who Papoose was before I punched him in his face. So it doesn't really make or break my career. But
Yo, he talking saucy. You heard me?
next time he'll think before he underestimates somebody. You know what I'm saying? As far as where it stands now, I don't really care. Like, it's up to him. I'm not thinking about him. He's not a threat to me. He's not the least bit intimidating. He's not a hot artist. He's trash. You know what I mean? So he's not really in my mind. Lyrically, he's not on my level. This is hip hop. Lyrically, I feel like I annihilated him on that track already. First verse, I always do that. I warm up. Second verse, I go for the juggler. You know what I mean? So it is.
But I don't really think Fat Joe give a fuck about none of that shit. He worried about dollars. You heard me? He ain't worried about if you wasn't better than him on this track or harder or whatever. He worried about how much money he's gonna make. It ain't with him. He got to a level where it ain't about the hottest bars. It's about how you gonna present yourself to make this money. That's his whole thing.
What it is, you know what I mean? 50 Cent office is across the street from Madison Square Garden. Fat Joe had a problem with 50 Cent. He likes to go around the problem, and for some reason he thought that he could come at me sideways, like I was gonna be some kind of scapegoat.
Hmm.
But I still told, like I'm supposed to. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. We don't back down to nobody. I asked him. I gave him the opportunity to shoot me a fair one, to fight me one-on-one in front of 9 of his bodyguards, and he refused. He came to me, asked me a question: Do I have a problem? I responded. Do you want to make it a problem? He asked me the same stupid question. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, do you have a problem with me? Yeah. Two-piece.
We got Fat Joe on the line.
Hello?
Two
Jonesy,
piece.
when you know me to be a punk in your life?
No, I ain't call you a punk.
All right, this is what I'm hearing. Yo, Jonesy, you have never known Fat Joe to back down from anybody in the history of mankind. Papoose is a boy. You know what they got hotel rooms, Envy, when you on the road, they got the little kitchen in there? Mm-hmm. He jumps over the wall, traps himself in the corner, right? So I go up in there, I say, yo, Papoose, do we have a problem, homie? He says, well,
He make that shit sound like a movie, so I don't know. I don't believe none of these niggas. We guys, like I said, it's always three sides to the story. My side, your side, the truth. So I guess the truth might come out one day. I guess hopefully with Cassidy stepping in, and hopefully he going to, bring different light to this whole situation.
he wanted to be a problem. At that point, he caught what we call the beats, right? His man jumped in the way. His DJ, did he tell you his DJ is in the hospital still? His man jumps in the way, got two-piece Bloody Mary. His whole face is whipped up, right? His man, he got some real good human shields. His other man, who's his best friend, his lip looked like an 18-wheeler tire when we was done with that boy. When they finally had enough, Papoose never threw a punch. He's crouched down. I felt so sorry for this boy, Miss Jones. I gave him the beats. I was telling him, you better respect me. This is the beats.
This was before Fat Joe ruined his good name and reputation on the internet. So people really believe Fat Joe. This was pretty believable. And Papoose and the idea of Papoose beating up Fat Joe was kind of unheard of. Papoose got hands, but Fat Joe at that time was Terror Squad Fat Joe. Fat Joe was a menace. Fat Joe was a menacing figure in hip hop. Like Fat Joe's lore wouldn't make people believe that Papoose did any of the things.
Yeah, no bad. But around that time, some real shit. Terror Squad was like a big name in New York and throughout the country and shit. So I definitely don't know if you just gonna walk up to Fat Joe just steal him and think anything not gonna happen. In my eyes, Fat Joe probably to stomp you the fuck out with them 9 bodyguards and then just threw your body somewhere and had somebody else find you all fucked up. That's just me.
About the last time you dealt with a bully in school? Like, we're all grown men right now and we're all adults and we all got guns, so there's no such thing as a bully now because
It's not.
I mean, it's an even playing field. But think about the last time you dealt with a bully in grade school. Like, do you remember like your perception of him? Your perception of this bully probably was, this dude is indestructible. This is the toughest, biggest, baddest dude on earth. Yo, you
And that's what they
couldn't
thought about
even
Joe that
fathom
time.
the fact that this dude could lose a fight until he lost the fight and got punched in his mouth by somebody who wasn't scared of him, and then your entire view and perception of him changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were still in the bully phase of the Fat Joe era. Fat Joe, the lore was, can't nobody deal with Fat Joe and his goons. So Papoose had an uphill battle trying to convince any or everyone that he actually gave Fat Joe a fight. So Papoose pretty much lost the battle of public perception at that point. Now, Cassidy did an interview today where he is responding, he just revealing exactly what happened in that hotel room. And I'll be real, if I had to choose between whose story is more accurate, Fat Joe or Papoose, I'll probably say Papoose story is a tad bit more accurate.
So later,
So I guess Cassidy about to later online, maybe Papoose really did put hands on Fat Joe at that time. Who knows? Just cause you this big, scary nigga in hip hop and or in the streets where you from don't mean you really going, harm like kill a fly. Like let's be real. So I guess Cassidy about to put everything out there.
when I'm in my room, playing cards, smoking, everybody around, chilling, whatever. So I get a call, and it's Papoose. I'm like, yo, boy, what's up? I'm like, yo, we in room such and such and such. You smoke? He like, nah, I don't smoke, but some of my homies do and all this. I'm like, well, we burning it down. We out here.
That's crazy. Cassidy used to be one of my favorite rappers, especially being from Philly and him, being from the same area I was from. Like Cassidy was a hard ass rapper from the deuce.
There's girls up ass, all this shit. come through here, like, yeah, I mean, we here, whatever. He like, all right, bro, I don't remember the exact, but we hang up, finish playing John. 30 minutes later, 20 minutes, whatever it was, knock at the door. So my nigga holding me down, he go to the door, he look out, he like, yo, it's Pat, is that bull papoose and some of his niggas. And I'm like, all right, let him in. So open the door, it's papoose and like 5 of his homies.
Yeah,
His
okay.
DJ, 5 of his niggas. So they all come in, we chilling, he playing his music, listening to his tape that he was working on at the time, and we vibing. It was cool, it was chilling. Then, like, after his tape play, I don't know how many minutes, because I don't know, we smoking, we chilling, but then there's another door. Nah. My nigga go to the door. Yo, it's Fat Joe. It's Fat Joe at the door. So I'm like, Fat Joe, the rapper Fat Joe? He's like, yeah, nigga, Fat Joe.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, let him in.
Yeah.
No
I
facts.
told you.
And he
Right,
was
right
cool
the
with
fuck
Fat Joe
in.
at that
I
time.
just told you that in the beginning, like, I fuck with Fat Joe.
Right,
I don't
right.
got no problems.
Right.
And I don't know what's going on with
Him and Pat
Yeah.
at all.
Remy.
You just worry about your money at that time. Like, you trying to get up as high as you can on your ladder. You ain't worried about who got beef with who. Back then, everybody just worried about getting their pay.
Because I'm thinking Remy down with Fat Joe.
Right,
I don't
right.
know, like,
Yeah,
this
it don't make
mess
sense.
with Remy and there's a problem with Fat Joe.
One of the things that stood out to me was when Cassidy and Papoose is chilling, Cassidy says the homie tells Cassidy in front of everybody, in front of Papoose as well, yo, Fat Joe at the door.
Yeah, and Pat, if it was an issue, Papoose should have, spoke up like, yeah, I'm saying, respectfully, I'm saying, I got a problem with him right now, da 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 da. He should just laid it online so it wouldn't be no tension. But I guess since he didn't, that's how Cassidy got his part of the story.
Papoose didn't offer no resistance.
Mm,
Papoose didn't say, nah, don't let him in.
right.
Nah, chill, don't.
He
Nah,
want,
for
he's
the
with the
most part, the
bullshit.
way Cassidy is telling the story, Papoose kind of stayed quiet. Kind of like, you feel me? Like,
It is what it is.
Usually the person who's the calmest is somebody who knows they probably have leverage in the situation.
Yeah.
And that leverage probably comes with either Papoose had more people with him than
Or he
Fat
just a
Joe
harder
did,
ass nigga.
or Papoose knows his hands works and Fat Joe hand don't work. But either way, Papoose stayed quiet, didn't really offer any objection to letting Fat Joe in, even though he knew that him and Fat Joe had some issues. And Fat Joe walked in straight wilding like a character out of a movie.
And all this shit, I ain't put that shit together like that. I don't
Right,
know.
right.
Not on my, like, yo, ain't like he just barged in. My like, yo, it's
Yeah.
Fat Joe. What you want me to do? I'm like, Fat Joe, let him in. Like, that's my. I don't know. I'm
Right.
not thinking like it's an issue or something.
Right.
So then, Fat Joe come in. Yo, do we got a problem here? So I'm thinking he playing like I come
So
in and
he came in
playing
on
his
his shits.
So I'm like, I start smiling and shit. And he like, yo, do we got a problem, man? He said the second time. So when he said like that and not look at me, he ain't make eye contact with me. So I'm like, so now it's getting a little weird. So
Yeah.
now I stand up. Like we on the couch. See Papoose right here next to me on the couch. And I'm on the couch. So when he do that, I'm like, I stand up. Like,
On his Philly shit about to see what's up. Like, you talking to me? Like, what type time is you on?
and then he say it again. But he like coming towards us, but looking at Papoose. Dude, we got a problem. And he looking at Papoose, and then Papoose looking like. But when they start
Like
going through
confused,
that, that's
like
when
nigga, who you talking
see
to?
that is between Fat Joe and Papoose. So I got money and jewelry on the table. So my start grabbing my shit. They grab me and pull me to the next room.
Fat Joe must have thought he's exactly who Al Capone thought he was. But Fat Joe walking in like a mafia boss. Do we have a problem? Oh, come on, man.
He
And if I'm
trying to say he
Papoose,
the
I
alpha
look to my
male.
right and I see Cassidy and his homies getting their jewelry and getting their stuff out the room and trying to move to the next room and leave me. Man, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I was set up. This is a back door.
Yeah,
And because I would have
that's how I
thought it
would
was
think.
a back door, I would have started socking on Cassidy right there. Now,
Hey, but that's the thing. Like, that's probably why Cassie telling his side story. Like, they probably did go through some shit, and nails all coming out like Cass. Like, man, fuck out of here, nigga. I ain't had shit to do with that shit. You see, my niggas pulled me the fuck away. Like, I'm thinking everything cool. Even when he came in on the hype shit, I stood the fuck up like he talking to me. So you can't even, say that Cassie tried to backdoor him or nothing like that, because Cassie was about to, go right at Fat Joe, and he said that's his man.
Hold on, bro. You not just leaving. Nah, hold on, bro. Nah, you brawling too. You
That's
brawling
cool.
too.
I'm gonna be rumbling, nigga. You
Now,
got me fucked
apparently,
up.
me and Papoose think alike because I do remember at that particular time there were rumors that Cassidy did indeed backdoor Papoose, but Cassidy always denied it. And Cassidy and Papoose at some point made amends and became cool again. But
But why would you have to backdoor him? Like, that's they own separate shit. There's no need to backdoor him. They both from New York, so they got their own connection. They doing their own thing. No need to put this Philly nigga in our shit while he even just jumping his beef. Like he said, he's sitting there chilling and he telling niggas like niggas in. Like he just vibing out with niggas. Like before, they do their show, whatever they doing. How you gonna just say this nigga put anybody up to, coming to this fucking hotel room? Maybe he just found out or he's just seeing you, or somebody seen you go inside this nigga hotel room and follows you there with his folks.
it's from this point forward because I feel like both Papoose and Fat Joe told a story in similar fashions like this. Because even Papoose mentioned Fat Joe came in screaming, "Do we have a problem?" Fat Joe also confirmed this. Now, it's from this point forward of the story that becomes different, depending on who you ask.
And when we walking out, that's when the fight break out between them. But like I said, Papoose had with him. It wasn't like he was by himself.
Right.
He ran down on him. And all I remember seeing is like Fat Joe and Macho. Like, you know what I mean?
Fat Joe's by himself or with a couple
He was
people?
with Macho, like two, but or maybe one more, maybe three the most.
Okay.
I don't really remember.
You know, Fat Joe tells the story. He had 100.
Papoose had more with him than Fat Joe had with him.
Okay.
So when we left out, it was like a big scuffle, the whole shit, and the whole shit went down.
Okay.
But my issue was the next, like,
But you was out of there before the scuffle even happened.
I was in the next room because that was my room, and I had the room next door.
Oh, okay, so you had two
I
rooms.
want to stand there and let them, like, I don't know if they about to shoot. I don't even know what it's over. I don't
Got it.
even
Why I'm
know
yeah,
what's
why I'm
going
putting
on.
myself
It's just
It's like why I'm putting myself in a beef. Like why wouldn't I move to the next room? Like he just said, anybody can probably get anything and start, hitting up everybody. And I'm an artist. I'm trying to protect what I got. So I'm just going. I'm going to go ahead and do my own thing. Like it makes no sense.
first I stand up to make sure, like, what's up with me. Then once he is not with me, we start grabbing our shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what's up. Like, you know what I'm saying? But afterwards, came to me. Papoose came in my room the next door and told me what happened, and I went and sent my to get Fat Joe back. Like,
Okay.
because it was an issue. He was missing some shit.
Okay.
So I sent Fat Joe, my to get Fat Joe, and Fat Joe came back. Fat Joe ain't know that was my room.
Okay.
He just seen us in there. He thought it could have been his room. He ain't know it was my
Right.
room, and he was violating like that.
Okay.
But he came back down to talk to them, and they was talking out in the hall in front of my room in the hall. So they talked after the.
So even after the fight, they still was able to talk.
They talked again, and Papoose wanted his shit. You know what I'm saying? And but regardless, bro, I don't even give a fuck about all them small details. It was a misunderstanding.
So wait, did he get his shit back? That's the detail you missed out on. You say he wanted his shit, but did he get his shit back?
And Papoose signed with Rim. Rim was talking crazy about Fat Joe on the radio, and that's how the whole shit went down and all that.
We gotta read between the lines. I think both Papoose and Fat Joe had some cap to their story. Papoose claiming Fat Joe had 9 security guards. Cassidy is saying Fat Joe didn't have 9 bodyguards or 9 security guards. That Papoose actually had more dudes than Fat Joe. So Fat Joe had about 3 dudes with him, according to Cassidy. Papoose had about 5 with him. So it wasn't that large of a number, unless Fat Joe had some dudes outside the hotel room holding guard. But
Right.
nonetheless, though, the brawl happens. Now, if the brawl happened exactly how Fat Joe said it happened, I don't see the series of events that took place afterwards happening. If Fat Joe is claiming that he had Papoose under the table, scared and shivering, and as he was whooping on Papoose, he was telling Papoose, "Take that. You gone."
Right? Why would you be able to talk it out after that? Because if I was papoose and the niggas doing me like that, you want to talk it out after? I'm going to do you in right there, right in the hallway. I'm just going to keep going at you. Like you ain't going to sit there and make me look like no fucking weenie.
Respect me. You're gonna respect me. Take that. You're gonna respect me. I don't see that being a thing.
Nah,
Because if that happened and Papoose mans went to the hospital and Papoose got beat up so bad he was under the table shivering, getting spanked on, I don't see Papoose staying after the fact to holler at Cassidy next
that's what I'm
door.
saying.
If that happened to, if it was as bad as Fat Joe described, you're getting out of Dodge as quick as
Quick
possible. You are leaving. You, bro,
to
you're
make
not
sure
staying. Bro,
nobody
these
get
dudes
you
just
on
put up on
camera.
you and spanked you and your homies this bad. You're not staying. You leaving. The fact that Papoose stayed and ain't go nowhere, but Fat Joe left, that tells me everything that I need to know personally,
Yeah.
right? I don't think that there was a clear cut win.
Or you know, they could have just still been both heated. And Fat Joe just said, "Fuck, it, I'm gonna walk away." They don't really necessarily mean that Papoose whooped his ass. It can mean a couple different things, but so you just can't throw that theory out there that he whooped his ass. That could mean like they just wanted to separate from each other because they both going in on each other like no diddy.
Here, I don't feel like Papoose and them just absolutely spanked Fat Joe. I feel like it was a fight.
Yeah,
I don't feel like Fat Joe got the best of Papoose as he claims. But because this was an era with no cell phones, no nothing, and they both could just
it's
very
hard
well
to
say
know.
whatever, I feel like they both kind of told some cap, but I think Fat Joe capped the most. Fat Joe to me added extras on it that ain't need to be there. Now, Cassidy addresses the backdoor accusations and why him setting up Papoose makes no sense.
Yeah,
But regardless, it's just the next day. I just feel like my name was in it. Like
Right.
I set Pep
Like,
up,
got you.
and
Yeah.
I did this, and
Right.
I'm like, yo, like we not gonna do that. Like whatever happened. But I'm not gonna set you up. I don't got no problems with just my first time meeting you, Papoose. Why would I set you up? I don't got no issues with you.
Right.
And if I do set somebody up, it's never gonna be Fat Joe and Macho. Not saying they can't handle themselves, but they not mine. I wouldn't set.
yeah, like they not my niggas. What am I getting out of setting you up? Like that shit is weird, bro. Like he said, I just met you, so why would I even want to get in y'all situation when I just met you, nigga? I don't care how cool I am with Fat Joe. Y'all got y'all own beef because y'all from the same hood. Whatever y'all do, which is what y'all do. Don't put me in this. And then if I was to come at you with something, it wouldn't be this nigga Fat Joe. It'll be some niggas I trust and I know they'll get you done. You heard me?
You up with them. Like, why would Terror Squad be running in there if I set you up?
Right.
Like, if I set you up, it's gonna be different running
Yeah.
in there. It's gonna be a different scenario. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? So that was the issue with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? With that whole shit. But we got that cleared up. We did songs. We cool after
Dope,
that. Everything is
dope.
cool.
So after hearing Cassidy's side of things, man, what do you guys think happened that night? Who do you guys think got the best of who? Okay, are you guys believing Fat Joe that he sent multiple of Papoose friends to the hospital in critical condition and had Papoose under the table shivering in fear? Let me know in the comments section.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as I can say, I believe Cassidy's story, and then the fact that niggas trying to put Cassidy in it was another weird situation. Like I said, he from Philly. He don't got no need to be in no New York business. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there trying to make his coins, doing whatever show he about to do, and him and his folks is in a hotel room chilling. Like he said, Fat Joe must didn't know that was his hotel room that he come to violate like that. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all think if y'all think Cassie's story is real or Fat Joe or Papoose, it's all a weird situation. But let me know in the comments. It's your boy Benji. Thank y'all for watching Benji Reacts, and I'll see y'all next time with another one.